Bosses come and go, some imprinting their patterns on you like some foul coding, while others simply falling by the wayside as you quest on. However, some games boast bosses that are way tougher than even the final boss, and they simply cannot be skipped because they're part of the story. Ninja Gaiden. On the surface, Morai seems like a pretty tough final boss, and in any other game, he probably would be. But while he may pack a wallop in his devil incarnate form, with teleportation, summoning a black dragon, or telekinesis, he pales in comparison to Alma, a greater fiend who's the first faced in the original Ninja Gaiden. With her insane speed, you basically need unnatural reflexes in order to beat her. That, and Flying Swallow spam. XENOBLADE Chronicles. So you think Zanza, with his 3 stages, HP ranging from 2500,000 to 600,000, is tough to beat. For the level you fight her, Larithia will easily ruin your day. Along with 385,000 HP, Larithia has 4 different types of nebulae helping her, and boosting her physical defense by 100% if all are present. She can cast immunity against debuffs, clear all debuffs, and continuously summon those nebulae. Oh, and she has to be beaten to proceed. Divinity Original Sin. It's funny to think how the Void Dragon in Divinity Original Sin has been dealt with. Again, he's a tough cookie to face, but can be disposed of with the right tactics. In the case of Brachus Rex, though, things can get a lot dicier. Along with having 3 other bosses joining him, Brachus has 3 protection crystals that have to be destroyed, else he takes no damage, and yes, he keeps making them every 2 turns. With Meteor Shower, Flare, Fireball, and Rage as his own abilities, Brachus is simply a nightmare to face. Kingdom Hearts. Ansem is supposed to be the big bad in the first Kingdom Hearts. This is before everything got muddled by Organization 13, Ansem the Wise, and so on. He was basically the darkness inside Riku's heart, though he wasn't as tough. That being said, there was another boss in the game that was way tougher. Ursula. Yes, Ursula from The Little Mermaid. Unlike Kingdom Hearts 2, where she was basically a QTE fight, Ursula required a very specific method to beat. If you didn't know it, you do no damage and have to fight constantly regenerating eels while avoiding her attacks. Even with the pattern down, her attacks cause high amounts of damage. Dark Souls. You'd think Gwyn would be tough. Hilariously enough, despite his quick speed and strong attacks, Gwyn can be parried. It's not easy, but it's possible, especially if you have the Hornet Ring. He's not the real challenge in the game though. That honor belongs to the 4 kings. Along with being in a generally tough arena, the Abyss, the kings have a variety of high-damaging spells, some of which cannot be dodged. It's also worth noting that more than 4 kings can spawn if you don't beat them quick enough. Final Fantasy Tactics. You'd probably look at the name of the game here and laugh. Well, if you've played Final Fantasy Tactics, that is. Ultima, or Ultima, is the final boss with the penultimate attack, Ultima, in her possession, but she's nothing compared to Vigraf Foals. The key part of this fight is speccing Ramza properly because Vigraf can take off nearly half of his health with an attack. He can also heal, prevents you from retreating to heal, and has height advantage. Did we mention you can't leave this mission unless you win? And that you fight a stronger version immediately after, where he summons powerful minions? Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. Xemnas has perhaps one major insta-kill attack in this battle, and that only occurs if you're not quick enough with Riku. For the most part, it's more long than difficult. No, the actual difficult battle is Roxas, added in the final mixed version of the game. He's resistant to magic, has a regular combo that drops you to 1 HP, and fires orbs of light that can track you. There's also a sudden cutscene where you must activate your limit form in time to beat him. BAITEN KAITOS Origins. Varys Wiseman is the secret boss in BAITEN KAITOS Origins, and despite having a large health pool and the ability to construct an entire Magnus dimension, isn't too tough to deal with. However, Fadro is definitely more annoying at this point in the game. He has Orb of Magical Offense, which allows him to deal 1000 damage with his combos even if you block them. The real kicker? It's completely random as to when he activates this move, thus ending the battle before it ever truly starts. Metroid Prime. There are so many bosses in Metroid Prime that outdo the final boss that it's ridiculous. Our money's on Meta Ridley, who seems easy enough when he's throwing bombs and shooting lasers. Once Ridley loses his wings at 1/5 of his health being depleted, he suddenly becomes more vicious, lunging at you for huge amounts of damage. You'll need the right timing to expose his weak spot, but when he keeps rushing you, it can be a real chore. Sonic CD. Sonic CD's famous Metal Sonic is a case of everything working against you. Basically, it's a boss fight where you must win a race. Spikes bar your way at times, which Metal Sonic can pass through unfazed. Pull ahead and he'll activate a barrier, rush through Sonic and make him lose his rings besides slowing him down. To top it off, Eggman is following with a laser that can insta-kill you and which speeds up as the race progresses. Compared to all of this, the final battle with Eggman is a walk in the park. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Despite the climactic battle with Dark Samus, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes is actually home to one of the most annoying bosses in the series. The Spider Guardian is located in Sanctuary Fortress, a harrowing location to navigate itself, and it isn't all that big. However, it has crazy patterns that can be hard to predict, small amounts of energy recharging available, its charged aura doing way too much damage, and the bomb jumps needed in a small window of time to beat it. The Wii version was significantly nerfed, but we will always remember the GameCube iteration of the Spider Guardian for all of its toughness. Diddy Kong Racing. Listen, I know you hate Wizpig. I fought him when he was on foot, and fought when he had that rocket ship as a vehicle. But for the life of me, the second race against Bubbler, the octopus, was worse. The second time around, he's faster, drops bubbles that stop you dead upon contact, and oh, we hope you like hovercraft racing because you're racing on the water. Maybe Wizpig was harder for you, maybe he wasn't, but at that level, Bubbler was a damned mountain to overcome. Metroid Fusion. The Omega Metroid in Metroid Fusion may one-hit you, but once the SAX arrives and you regain the Ice Beam, the former is laughably easy to beat. The SAX, on the other hand, is so tough that it can only be bested once Samus has regained pretty much all of her abilities. Along with a large health pool, high damage, and Samus's moves, the SAX should definitely have been the final encounter in this Game Boy Advance classic. And that'll be about it for this one. If you guys like what we're doing at GamingBolt, please consider subscribing to our channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.